Question number 2 is from Austin. That's at Austin RNWW. Is Ben Johnson really considering the Raiders, or is it more just hearing Brady out, you think? I don't think it's just hearing Brady out. I think the Raiders had to sell Ben Johnson on going there. Ben went into this hiring cycle with a different approach than he's had the last couple of years. He wasn't going to interview just anywhere. He also didn't want to embarrass teams. So there was some, hey, like, we're probably not interviewing with you guys, so just don't even bother putting in the request. We'll save you the trouble. We'll save you having to go through the whole song and dance of me saying no. And the Raiders initially were one of those teams where he was going to say no to them. And then Tom Brady got involved and I think sold Ben's camp on the idea of it. And through that process, they were able to kind of lay out this plan for Ben, like, hey, we're going to have more infrastructure, more resources here because this is not just Mark Davis's operation. Now, Tom Brady is a part of that. Tom Brady was a spokesman for this and was the guy who is selling it. But it's more than just Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady involved, but he's not going to be there on a day-to-day basis. It's other guys investing in the team now. Egan Durbin, who's the CEO of Silver Lake, is an important figure. He bought 7.5% of the team, and some of that private equity money is now going to be flowing back in. So they're going to have more resources there. And I think what the Raiders have to offer that's a little different from the Bears and the Jaguars is a blank slate. Now, there's not a lot to work with from a talent perspective there right now. I don't think anybody would question that. But that also gives you the chance to build it in your own image and do it your way. And if they're going to give you enough runway to do that, that's appealing to some coaches. Like, some coaches might not want to go into a situation where you're inheriting somebody else's quarterback. You're inheriting these veteran players. You might want to go into a place where you are at ground zero. And so I think that's what the Raiders would have to offer. And if you're Ben Johnson and you like the idea of building something from the ground up, if you can say to ownership, like, hey, look, like, there may not be a quarterback this year, so we're going to kind of patch it together for a year and get to 2026. And maybe that's when we get our quarterback. If you can sell that sort of plan, there could be some appeal to it. So I think there certainly is an appeal to the Raiders' job for Ben Johnson. On top of that, first-class practice facility. I mean, maybe the best in the league. First-class stadium. Vegas is an attractive spot to try and lure free agents and trade targets to. And you have, like, the iconic brand there. So I think there are things to like about the Raiders if you believe in the new ownership. And that's what he's got to figure out over the course of this process. Do I believe in Tom Brady's vision for this? Do I believe that Egan Durbin and some of the other guys, Tom Wagner, some of the other minority owners, are going to remain engaged and continue to give me the resources? Am I going to be insulated from some of the things that happened with Mark Davis in charge? Those are all questions that I think Ben Johnson has to suss out. But certainly, I think there was enough there to intrigue him on the baseline just to take the interview.